So I wanted to go over something that I recently discovered while building my SaaS tool, as well as growing my content agency, and with my 2 years of experience in the online marketing and online money space, you could say. Well, what I discovered was the innovator's dilemma. And this is coined by Clayton Christensen, I believe that's his name. And this term basically focuses on how you need to start innovating a lot more by solving problems created by your own solutions. So think about it like this. That is your solution. Let's say you're like me, you run a content agency. That's your solution right there. You're gonna have problems created by your solution. It sounds crazy, right? I thought the same thing, but that's a problem that you're gonna have. So I'll put problem right here. And then let's say you solve this problem. Well, you're gonna have another problem that comes just from you solving that problem. And it's literally continuous. It's just gonna keep going and you're just gonna keep solving. But this is exactly how businesses grow. I mean, look at businesses like Microsoft, look at businesses like Google. Microsoft, which I'll write right here, Microsoft went from an operating system, which is Windows. Now they went to, let me go on this side, they went from Windows to, I believe it's Office. So they went from Windows to Office, which I believe is Office 365. They went from this to cloud services. So I'll just put cloud services. And then from here, they went to things like AI, which is going to be like Copilot for that, which you're probably seeing right now if you're on your browser, at least if you're on Microsoft browsers. So they innovated themselves. They had an operating system, which is Windows. Then they innovated, they probably found a problem to their solution. And that solution is Office 365, which is full of productivity tools. From there, they had a problem as well. They needed somewhere to be, somewhere to save things, which Apple did really well with Apple iCloud. So you know what they did? They developed a cloud service. And then from there, they were like, okay, we need to innovate even more. So you know what they did from there? They went into the AI space, which I believe every company is at this point. It's probably the best space to get into at the moment, especially in business. But they went into AI services, which is AI Copilot, which I believe is an AI chatbot, as well as it helps browsers search things, blah, blah, blah. You've probably seen Google use this as well. But now let's try Google as well. So let me erase this really quickly, because Google actually innovated a ton too. So I'm about to show you. Now for Google, they actually went from a search engine, which they still are these things, by the way. I'm just saying how they innovated. So search engine to email to cloud storage. And now we can put productivity tools, because they were doing a lot with that too, and they still are. So I'll just put productivity. I'm not sure if that's how you spell it. Oh well. And then of course, now they're in the AI space, just like every other business is. So just look at how Google innovated. Look at how Microsoft innovated, how I showed before. Every business is innovating because, like I said, the innovator's dilemma, coined by Clay Christensen, which really good job on him, by the way, for finding this out. I mean, your solution literally creates more problems. That is a problem in itself. So you need to solve those problems. But just keep in mind, you need to expand vertically, meaning you need to expand, in your industry, in your niche. Don't go beyond your industry or your niche unless you're like Elon Musk and you're crazy. And you're crazy smart and you can handle all this stuff. But just stay in your industry. Don't go and expand into something else. Let's say you're in construction. Don't expand to med spa, if you know what I mean. That doesn't make sense. Just stay in your industry, but just keep solving the problems created by your solutions. Every industry deals with this. Every company deals with this. Every business deals with this. It's just something you have to get really good at. And I'm about to go over the best steps and the best ways to actually deal with this problem. So let me just erase this and then I'll go into the first step. So first thing you want to do is identify the ripples, because there are going to be a lot of ripples in your business. And what I mean by that is what I'm about to show you. So that's number one, identify ripples. So imagine this is your solution right there. That's your solution. And, I'll put a little arrow. Solution. Now, these things are going to be ripples. Now, each of these ripples represent problems from your solution. So let me just add one more there. And so let me put it down here. Problems. So you want to ask yourself, what type of problems are my users or my people, who got into my solution? What type of problems are they dealing with because of this? And you want to find out how to solve that as quick as possible. So you want to slowly, one by one, eliminate each ripple. This is what you want to do. You want to X out every single one. And these are you solving the problems in that ripple, by the way. Each ripple is a problem, but there's multiple problems in that ripple. It's actually a fun game if you really gamify it. That's why I love business so much. and content as well. It's like you're hitting milestones, but you're gonna wanna literally defeat every single ripple. Just try to gamify it a little bit, it'll get fun. And once that ripple's done, well, you have that as a solution now. But there's even more ripples created by that solution that you just did. And it gets even funner and funner every single time. Well, of course it gets harder, but you know what I mean? It gets funner because in the world of business, you level up and you get better every single time. And this is why you always want to collect feedback so you can identify the problems from your solutions. And if you look at companies like Microsoft, they're really smart for this, by the way. But if you look at Microsoft, look at every single one of their solutions. For example, Office 365, what does each one of them do? Well, they each integrate into each other. Literally, every single Microsoft product integrates into another Microsoft product. Office 365 integrates into all of them. Word can integrate into, let's say, Outlook. Outlook can integrate into something else, another productivity tool made by Microsoft. All of them integrate into each other so they can solve each other's problems, which is why I believe Microsoft is actually so smart for this. So Office 365, which actually I won't write it down, they solve so many problems within their solution. Problems created by their solution, they solve. So I'm actually writing it down right here. You're gonna want to embed yourself or your company into every single product. Just like how Microsoft does it. They're extremely smart for this, and no wonder they're so successful in, solving the problems created by their solutions. Now, I want to give an example that I actually dealt with when I first started my content agency. Now, keep in mind when I first started, which was, I believe, earlier this year, because my business is new, by the way, my agency is new. I just recently started it. I didn't even know what a content agency was, but I was helping clients with automation and Go High Level, and which is like a CRM/automation tool. And one of them wanted help with content. And I was like, all right, sure, why not help you out with that? So I scripted it for them. So I put it right here, actually. Let me write it on this side. Script. I'll just put script. And it's gonna cause another problem, which you're about to see. So I thought this was a solution. I thought it was a solution. I scripted their videos for them. They recorded it in person. And you know what that did? Well, they recorded it. They were like, okay, do I just post this right away? I mean, I don't want it to be like this. I want you to, make it better. So they sent it to me without even saying anything. They're like, here, make it better. I was like, all right. Well, I'm gonna have to charge extra for that first of all. But so they sent it to me and I had to deal with, well, editing it. So I write that here, which was another, I'll put the X right there for the problem and then solution. So I solved the problem that they gave me from my first solution. So that's gonna lead into another problem, which you're about to see. So I help with the scripting. Okay, cool. They need help with editing. They don't want it to look like that. Cool, so they sent me the videos. I helped them edit it. I gave them that solution, done. So they're like, okay, I'm gonna post this, but will it get as many views as I want? Is the bio good? I mean, is the hashtags good? What do I do with this? I mean, is it gonna rank number one, first of all? And I was like, you're 100% right. So SEO, search engine optimization. You wanna optimize to be number one on the search engines, which is gonna be like the title, the hashtags, especially on YouTube. This helps a lot on YouTube because YouTube is long form. Keep in mind, so you can nurture your audience a lot more. So it's way better to be number one on YouTube than it is to be on Instagram. I mean, Instagram doesn't really even have a ranking feature after all. It has a For You page, but you can't really see who's number one for a topic. So YouTube's way better. But search engine optimization, so I help with that. And so, yeah, so I help with the scripting, editing, and SEO. What's next after that? What else do they need help with? Well, they needed more consistency. They're like, okay, so we did the scripting, we did the editing, we did the SEO. I want to do this consistently. Help me out here. And I was like, all right, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna charge for this separately, and I'm just gonna put something right here. Let me erase this really quickly. I'll erase this too. Content agency. Because at the time, I was more of a contractor/freelancer for AI. And I didn't really have a business besides Go High Level Affiliate, which I'm assuming is not really a business, but I decided to start a content agency. And from there, I was like, doing really good with that because I already helped someone previously. So that's how I started with the content agency. By the way, if you're a business making over 10K per month, looking for a done for you content system, whether that's video editing, script writing, or SEO optimization, click the first link in the description, book a call with me. We're going to talk about how we can help you out. But anyhow, hopefully this video is valuable. See you in the next one.